Hey, Disgruntled, we have another guest here on the League of the Wings podcast, and this guest is Joshy Pugh, and he is one of my roommates. So if you want to introduce yourself.
Right. As Caleb said, my name is Joshua Aaron George. I am Caleb's roommate, and I am so honored to have been invited onto the League of the Wings for today's podcast.
Yeah. So this one's going to be a little bit different. It's not really sports oriented, but more life oriented. I guess the first question would be, how was it like working at Chick-Fil-A? Like, what was your experience working at Chick-Fil-A?
I have a lot of mixed feelings about my time at Chick-Fil-A because there was a lot of good that came out of it, but there was also a lot of bad that came out of it. The people I worked with were great. I made some lifelong friends there. I got that job in the middle of high school, and at that point in my life, I was, of course you're still figuring things out in high school.
Yeah.
I was 16, 17, and it was very difficult because I would discover things about myself through the job. Some good, some bad, especially because I was interested in leadership, and they were sort of building me up to that. But my journey to leadership and in leadership was so hectic. It was very damaging to my self-esteem. So that kind of created some long-lasting issues during high school and post-high school, up until this point. But
how were you able to kind of conquer that, or some of those bad emotions that came out of it?
It was just an age thing. Looking back now, if I had the mindset that I do now as a 19-year-old, I know that's not that old, but
yeah.
After everything I've been through up until this point, if I could go back in time with the mindset I had now, I think I would do so much better. Or I wouldn't have endured so many hardships on that journey because, like I said, it's an age thing. You just learn how to approach certain things in a more authentic, more mature way. You understand yourself a little more, so you can handle struggles and whatnot because, you have coping mechanisms because it's something you're used to and you know how to handle. So I think that's been the biggest thing in terms of conquering that sort of self-esteem issue, not believing in myself.
I feel the ages of 12 through 20 are very weird because
right.
it's just awkward for everyone, and
so
plus
awkward.
Even though what you said, the middle of high school, you're probably 15, 16 about.
Yeah.
So, and then it's only been 4 years, but it feels like you've learned so much because it's I don't know, I just feel in between that, it's just
right.
One, you're becoming an adult, quote unquote, and you're supposed to learn all these new things, and it's thrown at you, but you're still very young.
Right.
So it's you have the mind of an adult, quote unquote, but you're still only
right.
15 or 16.
Right.
And even now it's we're supposed to go to college, we're supposed to drive, etc. But it's I feel it's just rapid speed of life experience within a few years.
Yeah.
So it's kind of tricky to balance that.
Yeah.
I assume.
Definitely. Yeah.
Sorry.
I was gonna say something else and I was maybe
no, you can say it if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that I always just thinking about high school is so trippy for me because I feel it is such a. And think about how many people write about high school, how many people make movies and stuff like that about high school. It is such a critical moment in your life, and some people it's so it's so much that some people literally do not survive high school. Some people literally cannot mentally endure high school. I think that is so crazy.
Yeah.
And so much is going on biologically, mentally, socially in high school that it's you cannot believe it. It's difficult to wrap my head around.
Yeah, it blows my mind. It's high school is such a weird concept, and I feel America just does a completely shitty job. It's just orienting education to that age, because it's one, you have prepubescent like children plus like 18-year-olds. It's like the start off the age, the stress, and then just like everything that orients like high school. It's like it's so weird.
It's so weird.
Like why is it a thing?
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, I don't think there was a way to do high school in like a non-cringy way.
Yeah.
Like you're like, it's just gonna be
a cringe fest.
A cringe fest.
Yeah,
it is.
I think it's like a battle if you can be the less like cringy, even though like it's still very cringy, no matter how hard you try not to.
No matter how hard you try.
Yeah. You could be like, even though like I feel like I was conscious of the cringe and you probably were too.
Definitely.
Like, I feel like there's one point where it's like you kind of realize how much cringe there is, and then start like accepting it because there's literally no way around it. Because like there's no way to avoid it. Because I feel like even now, even though like we're sophomores in college and we should, well, I feel like we should have like our life together, quote unquote, or like about to. But I feel like we're still all like cringy, but not as much as high school. I feel like
for sure.
That entire like concept is weird.
Very strange.
Like having like a bunch of like teenagers all in one area.
Yeah. And we're like low-key in prison.
Yeah.
like we have to raise our hands to go to the bathroom. Like what?
Yeah. And then like it's fucking like 8-hour shifts.
Right.
Too. Like what? I feel like it's so like messed up because like once you got to college too, it's like like 2 hours here, couple hours there throughout the week. It's not one long thing.
Oh my god.
I feel like that's how high school should be. But again, I don't know. Would you trust kids?
Right.
Like that age? It's kind of like a hard concept.
Yeah.
Middle school is worse, I feel too.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. that entire like 2 years span, I completely like blanked. Like I refuse to go back to that age.
Yeah, middle school is just like like post-war flashbacks. Like that's what it feels like.
We kind of ran off topic, but that's what I like on the podcast. That's what podcasts are supposed to do.
That's what you like, eh?
I guess what was like your worst customer experience at Chick-Fil-A?
See, now one of the better things about my Chick-Fil-A experience was that I didn't have a lot of like bad customer experiences. Like I can think of one that was kind of bad during the summer, where we had this. I don't know if I told you about this, but we had this system where we like people would basically park in like the Chick-fil-A parking lot, and these were the people that ordered on the app. They'd like check in, say that they're here, and then that would signal to us to make the food and bring it out to them. What would happen was a lot of the time people would not check in properly because it was like a 2-step process, and sometimes people would like miss the first step or the second step or whatever. This particular, we call them guests, not customers, but this particular guest didn't do the second step of the check-in, so we didn't know to make her food, and we finally check her in, and I brought the food out to her, and she's like going on a rampage, cussing me out or whatever, and I was just like, like,
what are you supposed to do?
I can't do anything. Like you yelling at me isn't. You got your food. Like you yelling at me doesn't change anything.
I feel like that's one of like the shittiest like things to do. Like a customer like being angry at like a customer service person.
Yeah.
That's like one of the shittiest things you can do.
Yeah.
I feel like what brings you to that point where you have to feel like you have to be that angry.
Right.
To like a customer, because one, it's like mostly like teenagers. Like what else are you expecting?
Exactly.
Two, you can't like yell at them for doing their job. Like you brought out the food. Like there's not much you can do. And it was their own fault.
Yeah, it's their own fault.
Yeah.
So.
I'm surprised you haven't had like any more serious than that, because I feel like you always hear like the Karens and like Walmart's like going mayhem throughout this fucking store. Was it hard, like quote unquote, acting nice all the time? Because like Chick-fil-A is kind of known for like their customers having to be like nice all the time. That's kind of like their motto.
Yeah. It wasn't that difficult for me, just because like it's not being nice is like my MO. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not like a, like,
Yeah.
I'm not like a cold person. I feel like I'm very warm and,
Yeah.
you know, friendly or whatever. So it wasn't hard for me to act nice. It wasn't like, I wouldn't even call it acting for
Yeah.
me. It was just like common,
Yeah.
basic human decency.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. That makes
But,
sense. I just didn't know like
yeah.
if there was like any points where it's like maybe throughout the end of the day you're like tired.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like I don't know if you had to like put extra effort into that or it's kind of second nature.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of second nature. So like, and some people like that's just not the way they're built. So I can see how it can be a struggle
Mm-hmm.
to like, especially towards the end of the day when all you
Yeah.
gotta do is go home. Like I said, that's my
Yeah.
MO. So.
Yeah. I can't see you like being like a dick.
Right.
Like I just picture like someone walking in and you being a dick. Like I can't see that. But like I guess piggybacking off of that is how would they enforce that if they did at all? Like would they like be?
Oh my god. We had a mirror at the manager station, and whenever like, cause you had to like smile all the time, or at least be like attempting to smile all the time. So if you weren't smiling, one of the managers would like take the mirror and like just hold it up to your face. And then the idea is like, oh, you see yourself being miserable, so it's like you just smile, and it's like
that would be more pissed off if anything. Like if I saw myself miserable, I'm like, what are you doing? Frick off, fuck off.
Right. It's such like a dick move.
Yeah.
But like the idea is like it's like I'm looking at myself. How funny.
Yeah. I just feel like, especially for teenagers, like that's the last thing that you like that would want.
Oh my god. And they didn't do it that often. I only witnessed it like once, and it wasn't serious at all. It was like as a joke.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think the mirror is still there.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I didn't think that's like such a weird like thing to do.
I was like, what the fuck when I saw that.
What was your relationship with the fast food restaurant or Chick-Fil-A? I mean, like, what was your relationship with your Chick-Fil-A? Meaning, like, how often do you eat there, like, off company time, or, like, did you eat there, like, during break, or kind of how did you view it since you were working there?
I'd never, like, really been to Chick-fil-A before I got that job. So, it was, like, I had no, there was no, like, preconception of the company. Like, I worked there and I got to know it from the inside out, never from the outside in.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in terms of, like, eating there, like, I'd eat there for my break because we got free food. So, you know, I was taking advantage of that. But, yeah, they fed me, which was really nice. And then I'd go there, like, when I wasn't on company time, because sometimes the people at the register knew I worked there, and they give me free food anyway.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, but as far as, like, my relationship with the company, it's definitely, it's difficult because, you know, I'm part of the LGBTQ community, and, you know, Chick-fil-A and the LGBTQ community don't really mesh well together, you know, because of Chick-fil-A's reputation, and they're super Christian or whatever. And I wouldn't say that personally, like, my belief system aligns with Chick-fil-A either. So my relationship to the company, I never felt, because people who work there who are Christian feel like a sense of, I don't want to say a sense of allegiance, but a lot of people's reasons for working there is because they are Christian.
Oh, okay.
That was never the reasoning for me. It was always, I don't want to say it was always just a check, but it was a job that I went to in order to, you know, live by my means and do the things I wanted to do. And, yeah, like I said, my beliefs as an individual never really aligned with the company. But, you know, it's definitely tricky because I'm supporting them, but do they support me and my
Yeah.
lifestyle? So it's like kind
Yeah.
of weird. And you know, their reputation, I don't want to say is, you know, based in concrete facts, what we know. They were donating to, you know, anti-LGBT
Yeah.
communities. But, you know, now apparently they're not anymore. They're not doing that. But I don't know what goes on behind closed doors. So I can't really say, I can't really speak on that. But it's difficult.
Yeah.
It's hard working there sometimes.
Yeah, because I just feel like in recent news and even like a few years ago, it's just been like a clusterfuck of like them like being so anti that. I just feel like you just don't really see any company doing that, I guess. Like I just feel like Coke or like Coca-Cola or Disney, like they don't have as strong of a stance as Chick-Fil-A, and it's kind of weird seeing like such like a Christian oriented like store like being fucking closed on Sundays and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you don't usually see that with like bigger chains and stuff.
Yeah.
And like from your beliefs and stuff, it's just kind of like interesting to you working there and then just having their beliefs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, there's nothing I can say or do to absolve myself of my involvement in the company. Like I can't make any excuses because there's no excuses to be made.
Yeah.
Right? Like I work there, so it is what it is. I agree with you. It's very strange to see a Christian organization have so much like presence.
Yeah.
Like everybody knows about Chick-fil-A, and I feel like the fact that they're Christian is simultaneously one of their greatest strengths and their greatest weaknesses. Because it's because of the fact that they're Christian. The fact that they're Christian influences the company culture, and the company culture is what makes them so popular. But at the same time, it's also what can bring some infamy as well. So it's crazy to witness.
Because like coming from Lancaster and stuff, it's not unordinary, or it's ordinary to see like the local like surrounding areas close on Sunday, or just like, because it's mainly like Amish based company, or like the smaller market companies, or just like Lancaster being like small, like oriented and stuff, and it's just weird seeing it like in a corporate, because like corporate sense,
large scale,
because like you know everyone's like flocking to like Chick-fil-A with how long they are and stuff. And it's just, I don't know, it's interesting. And I guess like one good thing that comes from you working is that you're taking their money.
That's true.
And you're fucking free food too. You're taking their food. So that's one way to think about it, but
But
it's just, I don't know, it's a weird situation.
it's a very weird situation.
Going off the fast food restaurant or restaurant theme, you recently got a job at Five Guys.
I did. I am one of 5.
How is it working at Five Guys so far in the couple weeks that you've been working there?
It's been really good. I am enjoying my time there, and it's nice to have a job, of course. Yeah, it's been like a really fun ride so far. Can't wait to see what comes next.
I guess, I don't know if it's too early or not, but like, I guess, as of now, like, how is it comparatively to Chick-fil-A?
You know, there are some differences, and I haven't had many jobs outside of Chick-fil-A.
Wait, hold on, it's blurry. Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, now we're good.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't had many jobs outside of Chick-fil-A. So now that I'm working at Five Guys, I'm really starting to see the contrast between the two. And now this might be just this particular Five Guys location, but the culture at Five Guys is very different from the culture at Chick-fil-A. I feel like, oddly enough, Chick-fil-A is more welcoming and a lot more warm. Not to say that Five Guys isn't the same. There's a very big difference between my time when I first started at Chick-Fil-A and my time when I first started at Five Guys. I would say that's the biggest difference that I've noticed so far.
How is like kind of the atmosphere of Five Guys?
It's very like, okay, the thing is like at Chick-fil-A, there's a very like community feel. And I will say this might be just particular to the Chick-fil-A that I worked at, because I worked at 3 different Chick-fil-A's at this point, and I can't say the culture is all the same at each Chick-fil-A, but the one I first started at was very, very family oriented, and there was I'd say this for all the Chick-fil-A's I worked at, there's a strong sense of teamwork, that that in order for the shift to run successfully, for everyone to like have a good shift and even get out early, we all need to work together as a team. I don't think that's reinforced that much at Five Guys. And I don't think you feel that. You kind of just feel like you're working in your one position and you're not really...
Yeah, as a team.
Yeah.
It's like an individual job rather than...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you might be like interacting with your coworkers and whatnot and communicating certain things, but I feel like that feeling is more pronounced at Chick-fil-A than at Five Guys.
I guess explain the process of getting hired at Five Guys.
What happened? What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say you don't have to dive like too deep into it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that complicated. They had just opened up the location on campus, so they needed people to work there, obviously. So me and our other roommate Trey applied there. I think Trey saw like on the door they had like an email for you to like send an email to, like if you were interested in working. So I just sent the email, and then they got back to me, and then I went in for an interview, and then they hired me, and then I just waited to hear when my first shift would be.
Okay.
They told me a day before, which was really nice. Love the last minute notice.
Yeah.
But
I feel like I just feel like when like what you told me, it was like kind of hectic.
Yeah.
Because it was like one thing I know you're getting hired, and the next like you're already working the next day.
Right.
Like, no grace period.
Yeah, there was no grace period. It was just like they called me literally the day before my shift was supposed to happen, and they're like, "Hey, you're working 4 to 11 tomorrow." And I was like, "Nice." And then I hung up.
Yeah, it was kind of funny too, cause like I guess this will transition to my next question, but it was kind of weird because like you working on campus and everything, like you're just like down the block or whatever, like you're just like a 10-15 minute walk.
Right.
And it was like Rachel Titus, who's also a co-host, and one of our friends Rachel and I walked down and we visited Josh like during or visited you during the work, and then we were like trying to get your attention and stuff, and we were there for like 5, maybe 10 minutes at most, like waiting for the orders and stuff, and it was kind of funny because you were like in the zone and like you didn't see us at all.
Yeah.
Is it weird like working on Temple's campus where like you can have experiences of like us like coming and like watching you work? Well, not like watching, but like ordering and like seeing you work and stuff.
It's definitely strange. Like I'll be sitting on my break like, like if I really wanted to, I could walk home and walk back and like that would be my break. I would do that, of course, like why? Yeah, it's very strange being that close to campus. I will say it's a blessing being that close to work, because work starts at 4, I can leave at 3:45 and be there on time, which is really nice. Yeah, it's weird. And like you guys can like come visit me whenever you want. And like I'll see people, like the other day I saw someone in our screenwriting class on Zoom. I saw somebody from Zoom at Five Guys, and I was like, what is this? Yeah, it's weird.
Because like I just feel like, I don't know, if I was in that position, I would just be always like frantically worried about who's walking in and like seeing me like working and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like I just don't want like, I don't know, I guess this is just like a me thing, but like I don't want anyone like to see anyone in public that I'm not like close with. Like if I saw you in public, obviously.
Yeah, like
so funny, but like I don't know. I just feel like if you see like someone you kind of know,
Yeah,
like it's kind of awkward. Like you can wave or like I kind of just like avoid like eye contact. Hopefully they don't like see me, but
yeah.
I just didn't know how weird that was being on Temple and then knowing a lot of people in the surrounding area.
Yeah, I mean the good thing is that I'm at work. So it's like, I don't have to stay and like have a 10-minute conversation with you, you know? I could just be like, oh my god, hey, like, remember me? And then like, you know, they just walk away because I have to go work. And like at Chick-Fil-A, it was like in my hometown. So I'd always get like people coming into the store from school who like knew me and they'd be like, oh my god. So like, I am used to that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So.
I guess that's a good filter
from
that job. But yeah, when the Five Guys opened like 3 weeks ago, it was just crazy how many people were there too. Because it was just like everyone was flocking towards it. Like we even went on our first day, but it's like kind of weird thinking that you got a job and is now working.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like even weirder too because like when COVID is like mostly wrapped up and over.
Yeah.
And if you're still like working at Five Guys or whatever, it'll be kind of like fun to like time your break and just like eat there with you.
Yeah.
Wait, are you able to like walk out and sit at the tables? Or like where do you eat on break?
I usually eat like in the Five Guys dining room because it's open now, which is good. But like you can leave. Eat anywhere.
Okay. Yeah. I just didn't really know because like I never worked at a fast food restaurant and or like a typical like 9 to 5 job. I guess I did for a little bit, but it's I don't know. I think breaks are kind of like weird.
They are. And like the worst is like when you have to wait really long for your break. Because yesterday I got there at 4 and I didn't go on break until like 9. Oh my god. I didn't go on break until like 8:59, like 8:50, 9 o'clock. So I was starving, man. Like I was about to pass out on my shift. You know,
isn't that like illegal or something? Or like how long?
I mean, if you're a minor, you have to have your break within your first 5 hours of being there.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, I'm not a minor, so they can wait as long as they want to.
That makes a lot of sense. That's kind of like sucks too, cause like you're ending in like 2 hours. Like, what's the point?
Exactly.
All right, let's transition to another thing. But why do you love film, or what got you into film?
Okay, so I feel like I don't really have. I always wish my like, how'd you get into film like story was better, because it's honestly bad. Like I didn't really. I kind of picked it on a whim, I'll be honest, because I needed to pick a major and I was applying to schools and I was going to be like a creative writing major because I liked writing a lot. But when I was applying to Temple, they don't really have like a creative writing major. And I didn't want to be an English major, so I was like, oh, like, I like movies, why don't I just be a film major? So, that definitely was, like, played into it. And then I used to watch a lot of music videos, and strangely enough, that kind of, like, that inspired me to, like, I just wanted to, like, I've, like, been thinking of, like, making a music video since I was like so like fucking young, and like I've always wanted to do that, and I was like, oh, like, if I'm a film major, like I'll finally be able to make a music video.
Did you do anything in high school with film, or was it just straight up just like I'm picking like I forced to pick a major?
I've never done film before I came to Temple. I've touched a camera like
What's your experience with the camera, huh?
I've used the camera before. Like I like taking pictures, but I've never taken I've never done video. I've never taken a film class or anything like that.
Actually, it makes a lot more sense now because I didn't really like know that about you, because I thought you did at least like a high school or a high school like class like at least once or something. But that's kind of interesting because it makes a lot more sense of the areas where you like film, because I can see you being like a screenwriter or like mainly like a director.
Yeah.
Like, cause just how what you said to me in the past, and just like one of the films we did make, you like took control of the film Dollhouse. We made that's a different topic. But, but you like took control of the set, and you were like a very good director to or actor, and it was just like cool to see, because like it's almost like you were naturally born to direct, and it's like kind of cool to see it from that aspect, because like from me, I'm like an editor more on the film side, and like my biggest struggle is like screenwriting.
Yeah.
I never like wrote before, and it's kind of cool to see like the opposite of that.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, I know what you mean, and thank you for saying that.
Yeah, it's just kind of cool to now learn that, and yeah.
Yeah.
I guess transition to the Dollhouse. I don't know how much you want to speak on it, because I can cut this out if you don't want like much information.
No, I don't mind.
Okay. I don't know if we're still like releasing it to films or festivals, but like kind of how was your experience with that? Because I was kind of like, I don't know what your experience your freshman year, but I feel like that was my biggest like on-set production.
Yeah.
Where it was like with cameras and stuff. Kind of how was that experience?
Yeah.
I just got back from your class.
We're filming a podcast.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to set up the mic.
Oh no. Thank you though.
Thanks. Okay.
Your experience filming Dollhouse and that entire process of like maybe creating the idea and then actually filming it.
Oh my god. It was definitely like, I would agree with what you said. That was like the first major like classic production type like film thing I've ever done. It was just great to work with you. It was great to work with Claudia, to get Trey's help and Titus's help. Like, everyone was really involved, and the biggest struggle for me during filming that was self-doubt. Yeah. Like, I've struggled with this my entire life, and that's another reason why Chick-Fil-A low-key messed me up. Self-doubt was like the biggest obstacle in completing Dollhouse. I just like, because like when you like make an idea, like your idea is like your baby a lot of time. I feel like it's that way for creatives in general. Like the stuff you create or produce, you like want to protect it, and you don't really want to, you don't want your idea of it to be crushed in any sort of way. And when you're so protective, you tend to doubt. I feel like a lot of doubt creeps in, because you're like, oh, like, is this really that good? Like, do I really am I really capable of making good ideas? Like, am I doing the right thing? Especially because that's like the first time I've ever done anything like that. So I was like, like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, like I said, it was great to work with you and Claudia, and just having friends, people you can rely on to kind of motivate you, and keep you on track and whatnot. So I feel like I was able to overcome that with the help of my crewmates. But other than that, it was great, man. Like, it was a fun time.
I love that. I think that's one of my favorite memories or experiences while filming, because it was like an actual set and stuff. And I personally, I don't think I did too much, but I think I was kind of like the one who like pushed you past your self-doubt in a way. Because like that was, you made the idea, you like brought it to fruition and everything, you got everything together and stuff. And I was kind of just like, I helped like obviously during filming stuff, but like I was kind of just like the back burner. Well, not the back burner. I don't know how to describe the back burner. I don't even know why I said it like that, but like I don't even know how to like explain it. But
you were the support.
Yeah, the support. But yeah, just like that entire process, and then even editing too. I had a lot of fun, because that was crazy to even now to look back on it, because we started at like 8 o'clock and we didn't finish until like 5:30 in the morning. And it was like an all-nighter working on it. And then like we didn't go to bed until like 8 in the morning. Because we like walked to like Dunkin' Donuts to get coffee.
Yeah,
and stuff.
we did.
That was such a good.
Oh my god.
That was such a good memory.
Yeah.
I feel like that fit my like work ethic and our work ethic as
Mm-hmm.
well, where like we just need to be like on it and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, and it gave me a lot of motivation and stuff.
Yeah.
And I just like that entire experience.
Yeah.
And then one thing is, I was like 1 hour away from staying up from 24 hours straight. I was so mad. But that's like another like storyline. But yeah, that was probably top 3
Yeah.
experiences while filming.
Yeah.
Cause like I just never really experienced like a crew.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
especially with like every one of our friends was helping as well.
Mhm.
And it was crazy.
Mhm.
And it was just like so much fun.
Mhm. Yeah. It was. Yeah.
I guess, why did you choose Temple to go to college?
Why did I pick Temple? My cousin went here. 2 of my cousins actually went here. One of them is still here, I think. Yeah, that was the biggest part that played into me going to Temple. I like the college application process. What happened to me was the process in general stressed me out so much that I didn't really, everything I did was very last minute, and I didn't really have a plan going into it. I feel like I kind of just stumbled through like the application process. I never had like a college that I was like, oh, like I really, really, really want to go here. Actually, that's a lie. I did. There was a school in California, Loyola Marymount, that I really wanted to get into.
That school, yeah.
And I got waitlisted for that school, and the only other school that I wanted to go to that I got into was Emerson in Boston. But I didn't really like the campus because the campus is more vertical than horizontal. So it's just like 2 main big buildings, and then your campus is like the city of Boston.
Yeah.
But what was good about Temple was it had like it had a campus, and it also had the city of like a train ride away. So you kind of got the best of both worlds. And you know, when it came time to pick somewhere to go, I was like, if I'm picking between these 2, Temple makes the most sense.
Yeah.
And then that's when I was like, oh, like I already have family here. My sister went to school in Philly. You know, the area's familiar to me. I'm close to home, but still far enough away that I'm like, on my own.
Yeah.
But
did you ever get accepted to the one in California? Or
I don't know.
Okay. Or did it just take too long because of the wait list? Because I know a few people who were waitlisted and it took too long, so they went with like a different school because of that.
Yeah, that's what ended up happening. I never knew if I got accepted or not.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird process.
Yeah. Yeah, college admissions in general is just, first of all, a scam. 1, why am I paying? Oh my god. Oh my god. You have to pay like what? $50 an application?
Why?
Why? For what? Just so I can be told from the school that I'm not going there?
Yeah.
Like,
that's like such a defeat. Like, you pay like, what, $80 and then not get accepted and just be like, you're on the ground. Like, I'm gonna beat you into the ground.
Right. And all the money you have to dish out for SATs, ACDs, prep courses for both of those standardized tests.
Yeah.
It's such a scam. It's such a scam.
I kind of had a similar experience with you, but you applied to way more schools than I did, or like more schools than I did, because like Temple was the only one that I applied to and I got in, and that's only because I did the essay rather than like the SAT.
Right.
Because my SAT scores were like absolutely garbage. But I had like 3 colleges lined up. One was Full Sail in Florida, and it had 100% acceptance rate, so it was like, that's my fault too. And then my like reach, I guess, was NYU, and I knew that I probably wouldn't get into that because of my grades. And not that I had awful grades, I had like A's and B's, but not like NYU. Like, and my SATs were shit, but like Temple, I got accepted, and I was like, alright, I'm probably not gonna get into NYU. I don't want to go to Full Sail like Temple. Plus the Eagles are in like Philadelphia, but but like I kind of had the same experience where it just like stressed me out, and I actually had a couple cousins go to Temple as
Mm.
well. Yeah, few cousins went to Temple.
Mm.
Not currently, but they're like later 20s, so they're like graduated and stuff.
Yeah.
But like I kind of knew the area as well, and then
Yeah.
my sister also lived in Philly
Yeah.
for a few years because she went to Westchester and graduated at Westchester, so she naturally went to Philly and lived in Fishtown area, but she moved out like a long time ago. But I kind of like fell in love with the city, so as soon as I got
Yeah.
accepted to Temple, I was like, all right,
Yeah.
like let me in. Like this is the perfect
Very
area.
strange.
Yeah.
we had a very similar.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess not like similar, like application
Yeah.
process, but kind of the main like thought process.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey. Thoughts on Central Jersey?
Here's all you need to know. Two things. One, it's real. Two, the governor of New Jersey said it's real.
That's all you gotta say?
That's all I have to say on the matter. I could say more, but I'm not going to.
I kinda want you to say more. But alright, next question. What is it like living in New Jersey compared to New York, and then I guess comparatively to PA?
I remember when I first moved to New Jersey, because in New York, like, you can walk wherever, and you have like public transportation. New Jersey doesn't really have that.
Yeah.
Like, you need a car if you're gonna get around, in the suburban areas at least.
Yeah.
So that was a big change for me, and that was a welcome change for me. I was excited for that because New York's very like it's concrete. You know, there's buildings everywhere. But New Jersey, there's a lot more fields, there's a lot more grass. It's the flower state. So you know, that was exciting to me. I know my sister did not like that though. Yeah, that was really exciting for me. And then, yeah, comparatively, like, New Jersey to Philadelphia, I liked Philly a lot because I was able to kind of, like, go back to my roots with, like, the city vibe.
Yeah.
It felt very homey to me, in a way. So, comparatively to Pennsylvania, comparatively to New Jersey,
Yeah.
I can't say it was a big jump because I already experienced that to some degree in New York. So coming to Philly, it was like, like, I've done this before.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess, like, so do you see yourself as a kind of like an urban kind of guy, or like rural more, or kind of like in between?
I'm definitely in between. I'm fine in either environment. Yeah, I'm fine in either environment. And it's like, you know, I love New Jersey just as much as I love the city, right? Like, I am all for, you know, open fields and suburbia and, you know, driving everywhere. Like, I don't mind that. But I also don't mind, you know, being in a city where everything's closer together and, like, everything's happening all the time.
Yeah. I just feel like I'm kind of the opposite, where I'm more rural than anything, but I've learned to love the city. And like, especially Philly, it's like one of my favorite, probably my most favorite city in the world. To be fair, I haven't been to most cities, but just sentimental value over anything. I feel like it will still override any other city just on a sentimental basis, and not just like favorite as in like there's the different like atmospheres that each city got. But I think I don't know how much you remember living in New York and stuff, but I guess it was a nice transition moving from New Jersey to Philly, like you said before, because I feel like if you just lived in rural areas, it would be a lot different.
Yeah, for sure. I value my freedom a lot, and being able to go wherever I want, whenever I want, is very important to me. And in the city, that's like, you can do that. I can walk wherever, I can take the train wherever. So that plays into why I love the city so much. But there's also a calming atmosphere to, you know, New Jersey suburbs and whatnot. It's a lot more homey and relaxed. And I can appreciate both
areas.
vibes. areas. Yeah.
And to point out too, because from some of the walks that we've taken, you said in the past that some of the like fucking neighborhoods are in Philly are similar to New Jersey, and it's kind of weird how close like Philly is to New Jersey.
Yeah.
How does what do you think of that?
Yeah, I definitely. It's weird to see because yeah, like you said, I feel like some parts of Philly that I've walked by at least look like New Jersey, but there's parts that look like New York too.
Yeah.
So it's definitely interesting to see. You know, it makes Philly that much better to me because it's like best of both worlds going together. Yeah, I will say the one thing I have mixed feelings about in Philly is just the gentrification that I feel like is going on. Now, I haven't been back to New York. The same thing's probably happening in New York. But I haven't been back or explored New York enough to say if that's happening there. But I feel like you can definitely see it here. And even my uncle, one time when my uncle was driving me back to school or something, because my cousin had gone here, his daughter, like a couple years back, and he was saying, he was like completely shocked that the area around Temple had changed so much, because he was saying when my cousin went here, he was very concerned for safety because the neighboring area looked so bad. Yeah. But now it's like, it's all redone and remodeled and gentrified, of course, so it's like...
Why do you have mixed feelings on that?
Because I feel like when you create, from what I know about gentrification, when you create gentrified areas, you make them inaccessible to lower income families, and a lot of times that means black families. Especially there was literally a, not assisted living, but there was housing, there was like a housing unit right next to campus that was there when I first, before I came here, when I was just touring, and they completely knocked it down. I don't know what's in its place now. I don't know what they're building there now, but it was just crazy to see that they had literally an area that had been a home for lower income families had been completely demolished and is now being turned into whatever it will be. Probably another temple building. But
yeah, another thing, kind of jumping back to you working at Five Guys, it kind of shocked me that you were able, like a student of Temple was able to, or that you were able to get a job at Five Guys, because when I first came here, the thing was that like you can't get a job, like Temple like almost prided itself where it's like you can't get a job around the surrounding areas because those went to like people in the surrounding areas, and they're taking like, I guess Temple's idea was like they didn't want to take jobs and like completely change the surroundings to like like they didn't want to change the surroundings to ruin opportunities for the lower in class or surrounding like community and stuff. And it's I thought that the surrounding community had like the first opportunity to get the Five Guys job.
The thing about Five Guys is that because I don't know if it's part advantage, but because it's like technically part advantage and it's not like Temple owned, it's not like a Temple sanctioned building. They're allowed to have a lot more freedom in the hiring process, because I think the same thing probably happens at Chipotle and Potbelly, which is like right next to Vantage and like part of the View, low key. If it was like a job at like the student center, I don't think I'd be able to get a job like that, like at Twisted Taco or something like that.
I just was confused and heard about that, but that makes more sense because I feel like I hear more students working in those Potbelly, Five Guys, Blaze, like those areas. More students are working there comparatively to SAC, where it's more, I feel like people in the surrounding areas work there. So it's kind of interesting to see, and I was just so confused when you were able to get a job. When Trey was like asked, or even Trey like saying that apply to Five Guys and stuff and get a job, I'm like, are you sure that you're actually able to? That was like my first thought, because I thought that, but it was kind of strange. It kind of sucks with all of that in the surrounding communities, because it's does look like changing a lot. And then my lawyer for a parking ticket that I got, I'll talk about that later. That's like an entirely like other like story on podcast, but I got pulled over by a red light, but you were there. Because I ran a red light, but my lawyer actually went to Temple. Wait, what did he say? I didn't hear you.
I was just having a conversation with the audience.
Okay, your private little conversation. I want to delete that part. No, I'm keeping it. But he went to Temple, and then he was like, yeah, from when I went to Temple to now, it's like completely changed because he was like, yeah, if I had a daughter, I wouldn't, like at that time, I wouldn't send her there. Or like a son. Yeah. Or like I wouldn't send my child there, but now like it's like completely different. It's like safe, and there's like security guards like every like which way, and fucking police men like on every corner, and freaking people. That was the person that pulled me over because I fucking got pulled over at Temple. But yeah. But it's just crazy to see how much changed so fast. I guess transitioning to a little sport talk.
Love that.
I guess what is it like living with majority of your roommates being sports fan and you yourself not being like a sports fan?
You know, definitely some feelings of exclusion going on at times. Yeah, I mean, like, that's just your guys' thing. Like, that's not my thing.
Yeah.
I won't say I haven't tried. You know, at times I'll, like, try and ask questions. So, like, at least try and understand what's going on. Especially in football, because I do not understand that game at all. Yeah, like, I'll just try and be involved to the extent that I can. Yeah. But, like, whenever you guys are talking about it, I do think it's interesting to witness. Yeah. Because you guys are very passionate about sports, about football especially. And you guys are always so on top of, like, you know, the players, and, like, the players injured, and, like, you guys have, like, your fantasy football league, and even this was, like, originally supposed to be sports oriented, or sports only at first. So, you know, and that's just, like, something I personally can't wrap my head around, because I have no, like, interest? I have no interest in sports at all. I don't mind playing them, because it's, like, it's fun, because I'm involved, but you know, I'm not crazy about it like you guys are. So whenever I watch you, I'm like, it's crazy. Yeah, see you guys be that passionate. Yeah, because I kind of feel back, so like, I kind of feel like we're like excluding you, but not like purposefully. Yeah, it's just like, your thing. Yeah, every time you ask questions, like generally ask questions, not like when you're joking about it, but like actually genuinely curious about a topic. Or like a thing in football or whatever. I always get like really happy because it's like I always teaching people or like telling them about sports and stuff. But do you ever see yourself getting interested in sports, or is it just like you're just so far, like that's just not something that you're interested in? Right now, I'm gonna say the chances are very low because I can't say I haven't tried. Yeah, like when we first got on campus, we were going to like the basketball games and the football games. And, you know, the football games I wasn't really a fan of because they were just too long for me. But the basketball's the one sport that I feel like I could see myself getting interested in. But I don't know if I could keep that energy going, because even like right now, I would say that I'm like a fan of the 76ers, but I don't know a single thing about them. I don't know. I don't really keep track of when they play. I don't keep track of their players. I don't keep track of anything like that. But like if a 76ers game is on, like I would be cheering for the 76ers. That's cool
that's cool that you have like, if you were to like watch sport, like you kind of have your team or whatever. I had another question, but it completely like floated my mind.
It's okay.
But I guess it wasn't really a question, but like I think the reason for me at least why I'm so into sports is because it's like community based and everyone's, I don't know, I just like the community aspect of it for like cheering for the same team, and it's like if you see your team doing well, then it's like you get really excited and
Yeah.
stuff. It's kind of like that aspect.
Yeah.
And yeah, but like with tempo sports and stuff, with basketball and stuff, it's cool to like cheer with that many people. And it's like fun. And
Yeah.
I feel like you would enjoy going to baseball games maybe. Not so much for the baseball aspect, but you don't have to pay attention to baseball.
That sounds like
because like you have like your team that you're kind of rooting for, like alright, like they're doing well, but like I was talking to Rachel last night about how she like loves baseball, and I'm like, that's weird because like not many people like baseball because of how drawn out and like quote unquote boring it is. It's not something interesting to watch, but she kept stats throughout high school during her like baseball team and stuff. And like she said that she likes going to baseball games because like it's something where you can just like talk to people, and it's like in the background, and then like if you want to pay attention, then you pay attention. I feel like that was something that you'd be interested in, and maybe like a whole group would be interested in. You can like still be like sport. I don't know. I feel like that would be like a cool like sport quote unquote experience because like we could like talk while eating like some hot dogs and then, like being outside and stuff. But like I can see you getting into that a little bit. But like other than that, watching baseball on TV is absolutely boring. So what were your initial reactions to the comments on the Super Bowl video recently uploaded?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, that was something. Yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of homophobic remarks under that video, which doesn't surprise me because like I mean like football isn't that accepting of anything outside of like the heteronormative binary whatever. So I can't say I was surprised. I was disappointed. And I don't take offense to that kind of stuff. Or at least I didn't feel offended by that kind of stuff. Because like I don't know them, they don't know me. I more feel sad for them that they feel so strong, or not feel so strongly, but they have such a not good mindset about that stuff. You know, it's not like the comments were explicitly like, oh they weren't
singling us out. It was more of like a general. And even some of them were like backhanded, kind of like microaggressions. They were microaggressive. They weren't overtly homophobic. So it's not like how do I explain this? It's not like there is somebody behind the keyboard who's like, oh, I hate like gay people or whatever. I don't think that's not what I'm seeing in my head of the person commenting that. I'm seeing someone who holds like implicit bias that they might not even realize that they have. They're just ignorant. And I hate ignorance. Because that is it's just that. Okay, I will say that did surprise me, how many comments of specifically homophobic comments, solely because I had this YouTube channel since 2015, and I was reporting on the Eagles since 2015. And until this point, I've only received one, maybe two, like homophobic quote unquote comments, and they weren't even as bad as they were in the comment sections of this video, because I had videos blowing up of like the like certain videos with the Eagle reactions and everything, and videos like maybe not as blown up as this one because it does have 32,000 views, but like I had other like from the 5 to 20,000 view videos which it reached like a good amount of people, and they were only commenting about like trash talking like the team itself, and never further to the point.
talking about us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like even the hockey reactions, that's a completely different sport. But still, like there's nothing like that within that like series or like the Oscar reactions or whatever. All like decently viewed video, but it like surprised me in that aspect because everything was directed to that. I feel awkward about, or not awkward, but like a little confused on how to go about it because like I could delete the comments and stuff, and I don't know which comments I should delete because I feel like I kind of created that atmosphere on the comments because if I deleted them early,
that wouldn't have.
Yeah, like other people wouldn't feel like.
Yeah,
and I kind of feel bad about that, but it was just like the first set of like a few like homophobic comments. I was unable to delete them in time because I was sleeping. Because I posted it at nighttime. And then I didn't wake up until 11 o'clock, and by that time it already like gained a mass. And there's already like a few like homophobic comments, so I couldn't really like help that. But then like I kept a few of them just because of how many comments people replied. Like you replied to a couple of them, I just replied to a couple of them, and then other people defending us replied to that like to that person. So at that point I didn't delete those, but I did have to delete like a few other comments because they were just so absurdly homophobic and even racist too.
Oh wow, okay. I did not see those.
Because like as soon as I saw them, I'm like, I'm not going to encourage this. I'm going to encourage people defending and going against those homophobic things. And I think I kind of accidentally created a culture where in the comments, but it was just like so absurd because like I've never had a comment section so absurdly focused on us rather than the actual sport, because there's no trash talking about like between the Bucks and the Chiefs. I blame the Bucks solely because like the Buccaneer fans, Tom Brady fans. You know why? Because of Florida. I don't want to like but I'm just saying, I feel like that's where most of it's coming from. It's Florida. Because like, I had Chief videos before about the Chiefs. None of their fans were like that, and no other fans were like that. And even when the Eagles played against the Bucks a couple of years ago, that video blew up like 10,000. It got 10,000 views. And it was not as bad as this one, but it still was directed towards us, like my family and stuff. I'm like, what? And what? So I'm not just doing it solely based on like this Buccaneers fans in this video. Like there's in the past where Buccaneer fans
have done that. That's very interesting.
So it's just I don't understand like
the fans.
I don't understand. What makes you or what leads you to comment about And then the one comment too, that was directed towards me. What was the funniest thing? Because he was
the dainty hands, right?
I just found it so fucking funny. So I just kept it because like it was directed at me and only me, and I just thought it was funny. I mean, like I got a laugh out of some of them. I'm not gonna lie, but there was just so absurdly unnecessary.
Right, and also like they were going off of a flag. A flag. There was a single flag. There was nothing else in the video to suggest that we are anything. That we are anything. Period. Straight, gay, whatever. They were going off of a flag. Okay.
And that makes me so mad because like, yes, we do have like people in that community and like, living in here, but that flag doesn't mean that any of us are, because we could be simply supporting. We're fucking in Philly. It's a liberal city. We're going to Temple, a liberal school. So we're going to support that kind of, or like have pride in supporting the LGBTQ community. So it's like LGBT community. Wait, no, wait. I'm sorry, it's okay. I'm sorry.
It's like the letters, like...
Okay, say it, I don't know.
LGBTQ.
LGBTQ.
Community.
Community.
You can leave out the Q, or you can leave in the
Yeah.
queue.
Okay, I just want to state before I post that, it's not me being
Ignorant.
It's me having a speech problem and not being able to say or pronounce words or letters. And you can know that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
true.
Yeah.
It's true.
I can't pronounce.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Pete Wentz.
Yes.
Alright, so what are your thoughts on blowing up on TikTok?
Oh my god. What are my thoughts? Here's the thing. Like, anyone can go viral on TikTok, and even if you go viral, like, it might honestly never, like, amount to anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, was it, like... like, I don't know if I can, like... That's, like, a flex for me. Like, I don't know if I'm, like, really gonna whip that out, like, in social settings.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel like... If I'm gonna go viral for something, it's gonna be something that, like...
You put more effort into it.
Yeah, like... the Cocomelon was just like, oh, it was just a fun thing that happened to go viral. But
Yeah.
like...
I just makes me pissed off at TikTok. Like, it took us like a whole... I'm pretty sure it took us longer to go up the stairs and back down to actually record and post the TikTok. Because all we did was just like go up the stairs, first take, like 10-second thing, went back downstairs, uploaded it, and it went viral.
Yeah.
And then like on YouTube, I spent hundreds, thousands of hours into videos, and I get nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
TikTok, man. You
Yeah.
gotta fix that. Fix that algorithm.
I think they are slowly starting to do it more, I think. But yeah, it's not gonna amount to anything because like we posted TikToks like after that and it didn't go viral, quote unquote. But the only reason that I would flex about that is to state how stupid
TikTok is. Yeah.
Because like every time like I told like my families and stuff, it's like, hey, blow up on TikTok, and they're like, what? Yeah, you see how stupid this is? And I started like roasting the video and like making fun of TikTok.
Right.
But like it's kind of impressive because it's at 3.6 million views.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I don't know. It's not. It's the lowest tier.
I think to disagree.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I want that video to be what I am.
Yeah.
What I went viral for.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like I know we're going to have a confidence to get viral and other things. I just feel like it's kind of not, I guess, trying to say impressive, but I don't know, kind of cool, I guess. Cause like 3.6 million people saw.
I mean, yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. There were a lot of racist comments.
Yeah, that is true.
In that video directed towards me. That I was not comfortable with.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. That's the only reason. Like that video in particular.
Those are okay.
I'm not a fan of.
I will say those are gone now. It was only like 3-4 comments, but since we deleted them, we kind of like stopped it, and since then there hasn't been any racist comments towards it. But I felt so fucking bad about that. I'm like,
yeah, I was like, like that just.
But like it goes back. It goes back to the original thing. About the Super Bowl.
Right.
It's all one thing. I guess this kind of is the same question, but kind of worded differently. But what was your like first initial reaction to it blowing up? Like, what were you thinking besides the racist comments? Because I felt like that kind of dampened it a lot. Like, why the?
Yeah, I mean, like, like the racist comments kind of made me like. Well, I don't really want this video to, get any more popular, to invite more of that sort of behavior. But I mean, besides that, if you had removed that element from the video, I guess it would have been very cool to win it. That's like such a bad adjective. But it genuinely would have been like cool to see how far that video could have gone and has gone in real time.
Yeah. But like, okay, the one thing about the racist comments, those were like such bad comments. Like, why would you ever post that? But I feel like that's kind of the culture of TikTok. But the one thing is that I reposted it again, and it got almost another 1 million views, and there was no racist comments within that. It was more about PewDiePie and stuff.
Yeah.
And it just kind of like confuses me, because like you would think that there would be like 1 or 2 racist comments within, due to how it started.
Yeah.
It would be kind of more of that, and I'm happy that there's not, obviously. But it's kind of weird. Yeah, whereas like we kind of like, after we deleted that, we kind of just shut down that entire thing.
Yeah, it's very strange that the same thing didn't happen on the second video.
Because the second video there, I didn't look too much into the comments either, because like I didn't feel like it. But the ones that I were seeing, I saw no like racial comments at all.
Nice.
So I think it was just those 2 or 3 people, just mood killers.
Yeah. It's not even the fact that they made the comment, it's the fact that people liked it enough that it got to the top of the comment section. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
It was like the second like most popular. That's the one. I hate TikTok. I still hate TikTok.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
Even though I watch it like a lot and post to it, but
it can be so toxic. Yeah. And like, I see it on TikTok, but I also see it on Twitter a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if you see it.
Yeah.
But the people on Twitter can be so toxic.
Yeah.
And like, I see the same thing on TikTok. Like, even our friend Claudia sent me this TikTok of Noah Beck. Yeah. And like, the video is pretty cringy. It's like him and Dixie like passing they're like doing something. But the comment section is absolutely ruthless. And you know, it's funny, but at the same time, like, those are literally human beings that you are like attacking and like ripping apart. And it might be funny, but it's at their expense, and it probably like is gonna fuck with them, or at least their mental state. Yeah.
And okay, one quick thing is, I feel like it's all social media too, where I think it's because it's so easy to like, and once you like it, you don't have to make the comment at all. You just like it. You're not attached to it. Your name doesn't show up, and you just like it and go away. And then comments, same thing. You can just put like a random name, you know, like, and then comment and just be like, no trace. And then with the Dixie thing, I know and stuff. Even though how cringy they are, they're like top of the line, but backhanded like compliment. But I mean, like, they're fucking teenagers. Right. We were all cringy. Right. Yeah, and we're still cringy. We don't know how to fucking live life. Exactly. And they're fucking making millions. Like, props to them. Like, at least they're making millions. But there's, like, some people that aren't. And have one video blow up like ours. Like, I've seen so many TikToks, too, where it's, like, someone with, like, disability, like, and stuff, and or like not as attractive, and or like overweight or whatever. Yeah, oh my god. And then people flood the fucking comments with such mean, like, such hate. Yeah, I feel so bad. Yeah. And then like, why are you hating it? But then it's more of like the overweight people than anything, because it's kind of half and half with the Down syndrome. Like I'm kind of on like Down syndrome talk. If that sounds like so bad. That's like, okay, maybe I'll just take that out. I'm gonna take that out. Oh my god. But, okay. No, continue. But like, no, but like, it's like them dancing and stuff, and it's like really like cool, and like, I don't know. It's like cute and stuff, and it's like lovable. It's It's like, I didn't mean to. No, you're fine. Like, I didn't want anyone to take it. I didn't know how to say it, but like it was cool because like it's kind of half and half. Where I've been scrolling on like the comments and they're like all supportive.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like, you
yeah.
go, like you do you,
Mm.
and it's like you like encouraging them.
Yeah.
And there's like other times where it's like all
So
hate,
bad.
and I just feel so bad for them because it's like they can't control.
Yeah.
They were born with that, but it's like cool too because like some of them are like actually make like a lot of content and are like proud and like are proud of themselves and accept who they are
Yeah.
in a way, and they're like happy and stuff, and I like love that, and so I like it. And then but it's like so ruthless in the comments too. And then I feel you can kind of see Dixie's and Charlie's like mental health deteriorating.
Oh yeah.
From like the first like few TikToks to now, just like their mental like what they're doing and stuff, and
yeah. Like I was like on Snapchat the other day. You know how they have like those, I don't even know what it's called, like the Daily Mail, like the news stories or whatever. And there was like a video of Charlie and Dixie, and like I feel so bad for Charlie because and throughout the video she just seemed very like
off.
What it looked like was she was very, very self-conscious of everything she was saying and doing. And I feel like that is a result of having everything you say and do being made fun of, being misrepresented, being misconstrued, being used against you. Like, that would make me so fucking paranoid.
Yeah, I would absolutely hate that, and especially being a teenager as well.
Yeah.
Like, she's what, 16, 17 now? And getting, not even like bullied, but the creepy ass like comments as well. Like, that's on the mental strain. It's just I wouldn't ask like my worst enemy to be in that position. I feel bad for them because like they're young, they're just like making videos and they're quote unquote cringe is like being exposed to a larger audience. Because just imagine if we were famous like when we were 12 or 13 or even like 16, just like everyone has cringy videos. Everyone.
Right.
You like I don't know. It's just yeah.
And like that's the thing with like being an influencer. Like because you're so accessible, people want to tear you down. People only want to see you lose because it's such a commodified level of fame. It's like anybody can go viral, anybody can make a YouTube channel and make millions of dollars and be rich. And when you know it's that easy for anybody to do that, the jealousy comes in. You know, especially our generation who like has grown up in a society that pressures you to compare yourself to people all the time. And you know, that it just creates a very hostile environment. And when you're an influencer, it's like you can't do anything or say anything without somebody having an opinion about it. And sometimes it's necessary and it's deserved because you did something stupid. So obviously, like, you're gonna... Like, when they went... The Dixie, Charlie, and all them went to the... I don't even know where they went. They went on vacation during the pandemic. Like, I could have told you that everybody was gonna be on your ass 100%. For that. And you must have known. Like, unless you are actively... choosing to do that, like, with knowing what might come about from that, like, anybody could have told you were gonna get dragged for that. Anybody could have told you. And you did it anyway. So obviously, like, you deserve to get dragged.
I mean, I was literally just going to say the same exact thing about the jealousy and stuff, but, like, there's some things that, like, are common sense.
It's like...
It's just like, well, you know you have a big audience.
Right.
You have to, you're already like micro thinking anyway.
Exactly.
I don't know.
It's just dumb. It's just like...
Why?
And, you know, I feel like when you get famous that young, I feel like that fucks with the way you exist in the world and your sense of reality, because I cannot imagine... Because celebrity culture and, like, influencer culture is just weird, right? Because you have these people who have these mass followings of people who will literally do anything for them. And, you know, to feel that like to feel like you're being put on this pedestal, you know, for whatever you're doing, it's like that has to be so surreal that at times I can understand how people do things that are very out of like crazy.
Yeah, because like if you're going to like be on a pedestal anyway, might as well just be you.
Right.
And go crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Britney Spears.
Yeah.
And other hundreds of thousands of other people, but yeah.
Sounds
I'm just glad that I didn't get famous.
Oh yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely was, you know, a goal of mine.
Yeah,
from like middle school to
100%.
like, and then like towards the end of high school, I was like, all right, like it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
At least like not while I'm in high school.
Yeah.
So.
The only reason why I wanted to be famous in high school is to fucking gloat.
Yeah.
I wanted to fucking like pull up in a Lamborghini.
Right.
Just be like, yo, bitches.
Right.
Like
the attention and everything. Yeah.
But yeah. Now I'm glad
Mm-hmm.
that I wasn't. I want to be famous before college. And so, like, last semester, we're going to have, like, a little bit of attention. Because I feel like it's cool, but not, like, so much where it's, like, mobbing.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's kind of cool to be recognized, but not, you know, crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, like, if I ever wanted to be a celebrity, I definitely want to be, like, a down low.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Paul Rudd is, like, kind of in that area.
Yeah.
Like, if you saw Paul Rudd.
Like, is that Paul Rudd?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
No, he's not Paul Rudd. You're a different guy.
Like, kind of forgettable, but at the same time, like, everybody loves Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
Like, if I saw Paul Rudd, I'd run to take a picture with him.
Yeah.
But, like, he's not got, like, crazy mobs of fans, like, follow him and stuff like that.
I feel like we have more influence, or quote-unquote, are like that, rather than big A-list celebrities.
Yeah,
but, like, still, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
They can get mass followings if they want, or like mobs at them if they really wanted to. But I feel like I see Leo like walking down, Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Just like casually walking. There's no mobs around.
Right.
Yeah, but Tony Hawk is like another perfect example.
Yeah.
His tweets are so funny because like no one knows who he is, but everyone knows who he is.
Yeah.
No one knows who he
looks like.
Yeah, like there's like tweets of him and it's like, yeah, I went to like McDonald's and stuff and the worker there was like, are you related to like Tony Hawk? Are you by any chance? And he was like, yes. And I just laughed. Like he just like fully accepts it and just like makes fun of it.
Yeah.
But I think Tony Hawk and or Paul Rudd, more so Tony Hawk I feel is perfect amount of because like you have the millions and people like know you and respect you.
Yeah.
But no one's gonna fucking like run to you during like
Yeah. I don't know. I'd want a little bit of like I don't want like Tony Hawk level anonymity. Like I'd want to still get recognized.
Yeah.
Cause like
Yeah.
I
feel like he still has to get recognized occasionally though.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
If you like, yeah.
Alright.
Is this it? Like,
Yeah,
are we done?
yeah.
Okay.
Thank
I just want to say,
final thoughts.
final thoughts. I know the outfit right now is a little strange, right? Because it's like, you're wearing a beanie and a robe and sweatpants indoors. I mean, I guess it's not that weird.
Yeah.
But I just want to, explain that this, this isn't what I look like on a daily basis.
And I also want to say this is not what I look like on a daily basis. I just came from court and I had to fucking dress up. And I look ridiculous right now. He looks ridiculous right now. And I was just like, let's just film it. Let's not. We can both look ridiculous.
Exactly.
Right now.
There we go.
Alright.
I'll hand that.
Thanks for watching.
Bye. Bye.